Hello everyone, welcome back to Mr. Random Generator. In this video I will be showing you lesser known JavaScript features. So let's get started. First one on our list is with keyword. So let's look up what is with keyword. Let's start by creating a car variable which has, let's say, few parameters. Let's say tires will be flat and engine is leaking, and let's say the last one, hood is scratched. I know it's pretty miserable car, but anyway. So now we define our car. Now we can look at the with keyword. So what that does is basically it adds all properties of given object to the specified scope. What I mean by that is this: we write with, and inside that we give our object. After that we can access variables inside the car object. Let's say we want to access the car has let's say we can just specify the engine, for example. So if I just run that, as you can see the car has a leaking engine. But if I do without the with keyword, I know it sounds a bit weird, but let's try that. As you can see, the engine is not defined. Well, you can always have the option for this, and to be honest, it is actually a better solution. I highly recommend against using the with keyword because from my research I found out that the with keyword actually can cause some security and performance issues, so stay away from that. But actually you can know that it's basic little keywords, Anyway, now we move on to the bracket scopes, which they don't matter at all. In many programming languages you can open and manage scopes by using brackets, but in JavaScript that is not the case. So let's clear this stuff and look into that. So let's say we have a default variable 10. Actually, I cannot use yeah, go with that. And we open up a new scope, let's say scope, and we give exactly the same name and 20. So if I write console log my variable, guess what will be printed on the screen. As from logical perspective, we assume that the inner scope is not located right now. We are still in the outer scope. So if I run this, it should be give 10, but as we can see, it gives 20. So as you can see, it proves that it doesn't really matter. If I did the opposite one, for instance, I said 20, then I go ahead and define the 10 and run it again, there you go, we still got 10, and again scopes are independent. So let's clear that again, and now we look at the trap of parseInt. So one important thing to use while basically using the parseInt is to remember to give a base to it. So what I mean by that, we generally use parseInt like so. Let's say we give it this. As you can see, it's on the 10th base and we get the basic parsing. But if we give, let's say, a different base, for instance, we pull that into the binary, we get different result, and another different result. So I actually want to emphasize the fact that you can this use case is actually not it's obviously we can see with which one is used, but imagine that we don't give it directly like that and we give a parameter right there, a variable. So in a large actually program, you must know that which base your parameter is in, if it's binary, if it's in hexadecimal, if it's in whatever. So it is important to notice that, otherwise it can cause various issues and you may go crazy. Anyway, so next up on our list is the in keyword. Like in many languages, you can actually iterate an array using an in keyword inside the for loop. So let's look at what I mean by that. We'll create an X variable, basic array, and fill our array, and obviously not that, this one, yeah. 0 to 6. Okay, we've created our array, and you can actually create for loops like so. A in X, then I can just do this, and there you go. I can see all of my array elements in my array. So this is actually a really useful thing, and it really speeds up the coding process. Imagine like you have hundreds of loops and stuff. I hope you do not have that. But anyway, it's a nice thing to know actually. So again, let's clear that out and move on to the final JS feature, which is default function value. It is basically a nice way to check if the value is given or not. So what I mean by that, let's create a function. Existence. Don't worry, I don't go into some deep level stuff. And parameter will be I exist. Then we can do this. We just create the basic console log in order to display the stuff, and at there I can just give our parameter mi exist, and here's the cool bit. You can use pipe operators here, and then you can do this. Mi exist equals, let's say sadly, I don't exist. So I defined my function, and if I call that and don't give any parameters to it and run it, there you can see sadly I don't exist pops up, which is the default value that I've given to my function. But if I give a value, let's say yay, I exist, there you go, it gives that instead. So again, this is really useful feature to implement in your code. So hope you liked this video. I actually made it kind of simpler to not bore you off, guys. So again, hope you like it, and if that is the case, please hit the like button and consider subscribing, and see you next time. Take care.